Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Hi everybody. Today we will discuss about introduction of visual effects. Okay, there are two kind of effects, which is visual effect and special effects. Okay, visual effect is added after everything done. Everything is done in shooting process, meaning that all the shooting process is completed. Okay, so there is no reason to come back to reshoot again. Okay, sometimes they are using chroma key. Okay, add something objects in your in that film. Okay, so these cases are use of visual effects. So and then for example, using key with two types of color using chroma key with either blue or green. Okay, green screen or blue screen. They are also using 3D rendering, CGI, animation, digital composing, making movies, mattes, painting, and miniature effects. Special effect is very different, which uh, which is quite surprising. Special effects are just clever use of props and material in movie in other types of video content. After you understanding visual effect and special effect, you will not confuse whether this, for example, whether this move, for example, one movie using visual effect or special effect. Okay, as example of special effect is using practical effects, prosthetic makeups effect, rotoscoping, okay, which is I already discussed previous topics, sharpens process, dually zoom, and miniatures effects. Okay, so what is special effects? Special effect apply physically on the set during the shooting process. Okay, and then for example, physical prosthetic makeup, which is for this example, scale model. Okay, so apply physically, for example, this dragon. Okay, while shooting, they are using green chroma key, which is this object, green object, and then while editing process, they are replacing with this dragon. Okay, this is makeup, using makeup, and then this is using scale model or miniatures. While visual effect apply virtually in post production. Okay, modified in the virtual world. For example, using like this, using uh, electric effects, and using CGI or computer generated move from X movie, which they are using using what pointer or indicator that if this man say something, this movement will apply CGI, and this is a computer generation, these apes, but by human real movement of these actors. Okay, and then this using matte painting. Okay, for example, the real one, only these actors, all these are painting. Draw the movement in the cave. Okay, so that is history. Then and then the evolution of the technology. In ancient Egypt's wooden statue were used for prayer. Some were mechanical, using a series of pulleys activated by nearby water sources. And the still moving by water sources. Pyrotechnics. Okay, this is an example. Example. This is pyrotechnics. Moving stages during the Renaissance era. So the although it's the not advanced technology, but they are managed to move the stages, okay, during the theater presentation. And then automatons. Okay, so this is early illusion from the previous era. And then starting 18th centuries, so theater was produced, was some kind of entertainment. Theater is one of the kind of entertainment for that era. There were huge and used advanced gas lighting system. Okay, manual in gas for lighting system, and then important of story and its appeal. Okay, so nowadays we are using spotlight and system, advanced lighting system. But the previous in 19th century, 18th centuries, they are using gas lighting system. Okay, using a manual. So in our country, for example, this we call it wayang kulit. The concept is the same with the theater, but using puppet. Okay, moving. But the movement of this puppet controlled by, we call it tok dalang. So the tok dalang will tok dalang will uh, tell the story about this animation. They are using the movement will controlled by the stick, for example, hands. Okay, and then behind tok dalang, they are using, for example, gas lighting system, manually. Okay, that is in our country. Okay, nowadays, what of the element of today? If you uh, going to theater show, I think system, lighting system, sound effect system, audio system is advanced. They are controlled by uh, control system. We are using. We can see from this example using virus of lighting. Okay, white, blue, red, and so on. Okay, early animation innovation. We in 1926 in Paris, Tauma Troupe using two side of drawing, which is, for example, cage in the front of the drawing. First drawing cage, and then behind this first drawing, we got bird, and we pull this rope, and then this will be moving, and then the illusion of two drawing will provide, okay, the final animation, which is this bird, to show this bird in the cage. Okay, nowadays also the innovation using only the same concept, but using only one stick. For this example, early innovation using two ropes, and then they pull this rope, and then this two picture will be flip, will flip and then provide illusion of this bird in the cage. And then 1932, Zoetropes, produced by William Horner. Okay, this is Zoetrope. You can see from this hole, you can see, for example, a series of uh, bird picture. If we play this zoetrope, so the audience or who play this machine will see from this hole the illusion of this bird walking. And then in 1860 silhouette film, which is kinestrope, okay, machine like this. So the audience, only one audience will see from this hole, and then they play this film. The illusion of this film will be appear from this hole. Okay, this film will be played. Okay, another George Mills, the father of the visual effect. The first edit, Journey to the Moon, is 1990. Okay, the first science fiction piece. Okay, this is silent movie. Okay, a trip to the moon. Okay, so that is the first innovate. Not the first. The father of visual effect. The you can see the whole movie using this URL. Journey to the Moon 1902. They are creating visual effect in that era, the silent movie. Why create visual effect? So because various reason. The norm, for example, the normal photography, we try to reproduce reality. Okay, in visual effect, we want to create something that doesn't exist at all, or maybe the location of the shooting is very dangerous, so we are using visual effect. For example, this California, for this movie, I forgot the title. So actually they are using, okay, using like a golf car, okay, and then using some kind of the puppet here or platform, and then they apply in the movie like this, show that, oh, this animal like looks like real, but this is generated by CGI. And then three scenario visual effect. Why we are using visual effect? So what we want to see doesn't exist. What we want to see is too difficult or too dangerous, as I said before this. We need to fix something to have photograph, or with perfect. based on that the storytelling or the storyboard. For example, Wonder Woman. Okay, like he stand on this statue in high level. So they're using green chroma key, and then apply it in the movie. Okay, format, whether video is shot on film or video depend on what the effect will be used for. Often effect shot requires much higher resolution than the viewing format. So, yeah, for example, the reason of easy to manipulate it in the post-production process. The ability to shoot a variety of speed is also determining factors. Okay, for example, if you notice about the Matrix, they are using a lot of camera to show the movement of the bullet. Okay, this is some aspect of the ratio. This is more related with the movie production. For example, ratio. Normally nowadays we are using ratio 16:9. Okay, most widescreen television. Okay. Okay, this is aspect ratio. Okay, normally they are using related with the movie making process. Nowadays we are using, for example, widescreen using HDTV for and then for the standard television set. Okay, for example, nowadays we are nowadays we are using widescreen television, and so this is using ratio 16:9. Okay, so this is some ratio while capturing the video format. Okay, this is for example using 70 mm films in 1950s, partly due to the use of the best picture winning film Ben-Hur, but the format gradually faded out of use. Okay, nowadays we don't use 70 mm. Nowadays we are using more. We are using digital. No more film. Okay, this is example. Academy ratio, Cinerama ratio, CinemaScope ratio debuting in 1953 for super widescreen format developed by the head of research in 20th Century Fox. Okay, using anachromatic lenses for the first time. Okay, so CinemaScope only require one projector, which made it much less complex than Cinerama. Soon after the emerging of Fox CinemaScope, Paramount introduced their own widescreen format called VistaVision. Okay, so but it couldn't compete with the less expensive anamorphic system, which is CinemaScope, and soon become absolute. Okay, film speed, which is frame per second. This is a silent movie in early era of filming. A Hollywood movie, 24% frame per second. For European movie, using 25. For video format, 30 frames per second. Okay, nowadays if you want to do a slow-mo video, minimum is 60 frames per second and up to 120 frames per second. But this setting based on the camera. Not all camera have this aspect. Okay, the type of special effect. Okay, modified in the real world. For example, actors and using background. Okay, if you remember, I mentioned in early discussion using matte painting and so on. Okay, matte painting they are using sometimes background and sometimes foreground, depend on the storytelling. Okay, and then after that, using pre-production, process the imaging like a combination of two background and the foreground just now. Type of special effect, single frame, gently the dinosaur. You can see this using this URL. Animation creating in 90s, early 90s, early 19th, pioneered by comic illustration. Can make use single frame method. You can see, we can see the movement is too slow of this character dinosaur. This Skuffen effect. This is Skuffen effect. You can see the metro only using miniature. This is miniature. Directed by Fritz Lang in 1927, used detailed miniature model and film with the Skuffen process. Okay. The technique has been replaced by traveling matte and the blue screen effect nowadays. Before this, they are using miniature. Okay, you can see this example. Okay, this is, we call it Sufan, which is this model. Okay, and then the person, the actors. Okay, illusion that this person going out from this house, but no, the final product, the final visual is like this. Exactly, they are using only miniature or model. And then after composite, okay, the visual will be like this. Okay, so this is Sufan effects. Okay, and then this is miniature. Sometimes they are using miniature to create the atmosphere. For this example and this picture. Okay, split screen. They are using only one actors, but different. They are using they shooting using two times, meaning that they are first shooting this person, same actress, this actors, first actor and then second actor. The location of the camera must be the same location. So after composite, okay, after editing, we can see these actors are twin, but in the real time, it's not twin. Only one person, one actor. Using stop motion technique, Johnson and Agronauts. So we're using stop motion in 1963 using realistic puppet or model. Okay, photograph one frame at the time. Okay, you can see this example from the right. Okay, motion control camera. They are using in Star Wars. The shooting is Star Wars. George Lucas. Okay, in 1977, won the Academy Award, the best achievement in visual effect. Okay, the first time using motion control camera. Okay, and then robotic. Okay, robotic or mechanical. Okay, American Werewolf in London. Okay. You can see they are combining the real actors and the mechanical. Okay, so you can see from this example, this the leg is mechanical, and then the actors is using makeup and the combination of the robotic prosthetics and robotics limbs. Okay, and then this also the making of first movie King Kong using a mechanical, and Jaws film using mechanical effect. Okay, effect that use mechanical props, scenery, scale model. Okay, the effect that using mechanical props, scenery, scale model. Effect that using mechanized prop, scenery, scale model, and so on. So that outcome with during live action shooting, for example, like the King Kong touch with this actors. Okay. Another special effect using explosion, special mechanical rings, support system, stuntman, for example, stuntman, pyrotechnic using some kind of custom scale model, example, awards, laser lighting, and so on. Okay. Type of visual effect, that is a special effect. Type of visual effect, normally they are using CGI while the shooting, after composite. Okay. Okay. Produced by Steven Spielberg in Pixar in 1985. Okay. First realistic yet fully CGI animated character. Computer generated using CGI. Ada science fiction films. Okay. For example, how this, I think this is what Avengers. Avengers. Okay, Thanos. Thanos. This character is Thanos. The real actors is here, but connected with CGI, and then the movement will be synchronized with this wearing some kind of the detector. Okay, also in using in Avanta film, many of the CGI using in science fiction movie. Okay, CGI give Michael greater control and allow many effects to be accomplished more safely and convincing, and even as technology improve at lower cost. Okay. This is a visual effect, matte painting. Okay. The Wizard of Oz matte using matte painting, and then Star Wars film using matte painting. So for this is example. Okay, the real world, the real prop have no fountain and tree, but the filmmaker using matte painting to show this in the front of this house is have fountain and trees. Okay, so that is the technique. Actual projection and painting place behind the foreground of object. Okay, sometime in the front, sometime in the back, based on the storyboard. Okay, use glass panel 3D or 3D combined with perspective. In early 90s, already done in 19s. Require painting with emphasis of realism. Technique very rear projection or front projection. Skeleton image projection for this example. Okay, this is the painting, and then the behind is the real situation, the real mountain. Okay, the example, this painting, the real one only this. The rest is painting. Okay, like this example. This is early era of the film production. Okay, matte painting, as mentioned, using matte painting. Okay, Lighten image painting. Photographic technique of combining two scenes. Runs film through twice. One with the portion black out and unexposed. Use now with the steel and paintings. Okay, the advantage: original stock quality highest, matching use easily. Disadvantage: hard to estimate need footage with the live action. Mistakes are expensive. They are practicing before they are shooting to avoid mistake while the shooting process. Okay, this is real production, real projection. Okay, movie projection placed behind the glass with the painting. Window covered with the frosted plastic, and then camera film from the front. This is a real production, real projection. For example, in the movie James Bond, you can see different. The visual is more, or the color, and we can see, we can differentiate between projection and the real actors. Easier, easy, because we just project the visual from the back, and then this is static in the studio. This is static car. Okay, lots of the image quality, as as mentioned. You can see the difference between. This is not real. Okay, okay. Last, sharp image of all the technique. Okay, list a sharp image. Okay, we can see the difference between the projection and the real actors. Okay, this is front projection. Both camera and projection same side of the glass panel. Same projected through glass black with the high reflective, highly not reflective. Okay, partially reflecting mirror is placed between camera and projection at 45 degrees angle to put both exact same perspective. The advantage: sharp image than the real image, well regulated representative as point, but the dish is complicated to do it. Capture, I mentioned this motion capture. They are using some kind of detector. Okay, for example, this face, actor face full of detector. So after they are mapping with the real, they are mapping with the CGI actors. So if, for example, this actor move his lip, so this apes also move the same. For example, Lord of the Ring, 13 different sensor to attach with the actor custom actors costume. Okay, using 13 camera pointed at the different sensor attached to the actor's costume. Okay, and then generated 3D images from the actor's movement. Okay, example of the film Planet of the Apes, John Carter, not California, as I mentioned before. The movie, okay, for example, Planet of the Apes, John Carter, Warcraft, Tag, Hobbit, Chippy, Avanta, and so on. Another visual effect using digital painting. Okay, is our local Cicak Man, if you notice. Okay, this is the real situation. Okay, and then composite with the digital painting and the final visual. Ability to move camera, no more limitation. Empire Strike Back, for example, Empire Strike Back, reflection and moving animation can be combined easily. Digital editing is cost efficient and easy. Okay, this also example. This is the real situation, mapping with the digital painting, and then the final visual or the final. So using for example, in the Titanic, using digital map clouds, digital animation water with reflection, both animated people and digital animation smoke. All this by using visual effect. Okay, as conclusion, many of the same principles used in Renaissance art are at work in the creation of special effect. Okay, the impact of computer graphic is revolutionizing the ways movies are made and bring realism of perspective to the movement. The use of matte painting and digital matte painting still a question of asymmetric. When construct via computer, does art appear? There's some question till now. Okay, thank you. Hope to see you in the next topic.